Hello, everyone. Welcome to Thursdays at 3. I am Annika Spalding, the Community Relations Director here at the Amarillo Little Theater. And this is Thursdays at 3, where I broadcast live every single week to update you on everything that's happening at ALT. It is Thursday, August 15th, 2024. The kids are back to school, and I hope everyone who went back to school this week had an amazing first day or first couple of days. We have a ton to get to today, and I am so excited about this show. You'll see why later. This season, Thursdays at 3 has its very first corporate sponsorship. Our friends at Brick and Elm are generously sponsoring Thursdays at 3 and ALT in 3 during our 97th season. Make sure you pick up your July-August issue of Brick and Elm on newsstands right now. Great issue with a ton of stuff going on in Amarillo. And definitely follow their social media pages on Instagram and Facebook. They update all the time with different things happening in Amarillo. So if you want to be in the know about events going on in town, definitely follow Brick and Elm. Okay, very exciting. We're going to talk about this throughout the show. Tickets are on sale for the Drowning Girls, which has its preview performance tonight at the ALT Adventure Space at 2751 Civic Circle. I'm going to be chatting a little bit later with 2 of the 3 stars of the show, and I cannot wait to hear more about this production. You also don't want to miss the Ovation Series Talkback event sponsored by Roxanne and Kevin Ball immediately following the Sunday, August 18th performance. That is this coming Sunday. Show up at about 4 p.m. at 2751 Civic Circle, grab a cup of coffee, sit, have a drink, listen to all of the behind the scenes info about this incredible show. I am so excited to see it. Also, ALT is going to be offering Palace Coffee's Queen line of coffee during the run of the Drowning Girls and during Waitress. And this coffee is very special because from the time it's harvested to the time it's poured into your cup is all handled by women. And when you see the Drowning Girls, which is a cast of all women with an all-female creative team, and when you see Waitress, which is all about female empowerment, you will understand why it's very important to be offering a coffee like this. So grateful to our friends over at Palace Coffee for that. And while we're talking about Waitress for a moment, tickets for Waitress will go on sale to members. That's ALT season ticket holders on Monday, this coming Monday at 10 a.m. So be ready for that. Very exciting. And Courtney Frazier, our friend Courtney Frazier is watching the show today. Hi, Courtney. She says hello. So glad you're watching Thursdays at 3. And also very exciting, on Monday, we are having our Academy and Volunteer Open House. This is normally we just do an Academy open house, but this time we're combining. We normally do a volunteer happy hour and a separate Academy open house. This time we're combining. We want everybody to be together, our entire community, celebrate the Academy, celebrate our volunteers. Let's put some more information up about that. You can join us this Monday, August 19th, starting at 5. We're going to let you get here on your way home from work, stop by the theater at 2019 Civic Circle. You can mingle from 5 to 5:30, and at 5:30 is when we're going to get going. You can come in, grab a little bite to eat. You can meet your instructor if you're taking an Academy class. That's kids and adults. You can fill out your volunteer paperwork. Go ahead and get that out of the way for the season and find out what the Academy reveal is. Yes, there is going to be an Academy reveal. I know we already know the Academy season, but we decided to throw another little surprise in the mix. So you might want to stop by and find out about what that reveal might be, because we love a surprise here at ALT. So definitely stop by for that. We are so excited to have you. We want to celebrate our volunteers. We have the best volunteers in the entire world. So stop by for that on Monday, anytime between 5 and 5:30. And it's going to go by really quickly. We're not going to keep you forever and ever, but definitely stop by and let us pamper you a little bit. Okay, also very exciting. Registration is now open for Fall Academy classes. Many of these classes are in high demand and fill up quickly. So make sure you get registered as quickly as possible. If you want to know more about the classes offered in our Academy guidebook is now live on our website. I'm so excited Harrison did this because especially if you're new to ALT or just want to know more about the classes you're potentially wanting to sign up for, you can learn more about each class. So if you go to our Academy page on our website, you're going to see this page right here. If you look in the purple, those purple links, you'll see Fall 2024 theater class descriptions and Fall 2024 dance class descriptions. You can click on the one that you want and read all about each class offered through our Academy, which is very exciting. And while we're talking about exciting things, because that's really all ALT has to offer is tons and tons of exciting things, we just started this program that we're so pumped about. It's called Buy One, Gift One. We're offering an opportunity for you to buy one academy class and gift another. You can buy your class at regular price and, of course, have an amazing semester, or you can purchase 2 classes, save 10% on both, and you can gift one of those classes to give a student needing a hand up into the ALT Academy. We had 15 kids on scholarship in our last Academy camp alone, so the need is definitely there. Let's band together and give these kids an opportunity to see what a gift ALT really is. And we're so, so excited about this because, our classes range in price anywhere from $90 a semester to $160 a semester. The average is about $111 for an entire semester of classes. In a big city, this would be $111 a month. It would probably be more expensive than that. So you're really getting a great value. But some people cannot afford that. And so we really want to give anyone who really wants to take an academy class an opportunity to take an academy class and join our ALT community. We've never turned anyone away due to an inability to pay. So anyone who's involved at ALT, if you want to help out with that, we would be so grateful for that. We really don't ever want to turn anyone away. Okay, let's go on to some volunteer opportunities. There is going to be a waitress work call this Saturday at 10 a.m. at the main stage. That's at 2019 Civic Circle. We need all hands on deck to continue the great work that's been started, and so much great work has been started on this set. So we welcome anyone with build experience and anyone with limited experience. If you don't know what you're doing, that's okay. That's okay. We'll put you to work. We will find something for you to do. Paint something, hold something while someone who does know what they're doing can do their work. If you're willing to give us your time, we will take care of you. If you are able to join us, though, please RSVP to our volunteer coordinator, Lissa Guerin. You can email her at the address on your screen, or you can call 355-9991 and let us know that you're coming. You do not have to stay the whole time. If you can give us just 1 hour of your time, we'd be so grateful. But we want to feed you lunch if you're going to be here. So definitely RSVP to Lissa if you can. And we would be so, so grateful for that. I think Harrison, our Academy Director, Harrison Stringer, is saying, to the Academy reveal? I don't know. Hi, Harrison. I'm so glad you're watching, buddy. We are having a very big time in Waitress. And let me tell you, Harrison is mind-blowing, which surprises no one if you know him. But definitely get your tickets for Waitress when they go on sale. You're going to want to see this show. This cast is absolutely brilliant. I was actually planning on asking for volunteers to help with ushering in concessions for the Drowning Girls this weekend and next, but you guys have filled all the spots already. So our volunteers are the best. Lissa was glowing, talking about you guys and how quickly you jumped in to help with that. So thank you so much. That takes so much stress off of Lissa and all of us for trying to find volunteers to fill those spots. So thank you for jumping in. You guys are the absolute best. Okay, we're talking a lot about the ALT 97th season, but I really want to make sure you guys get your season tickets if you haven't already. Look at our 97th season. It is jam-packed with amazing, amazing shows. If you're a member, you have the opportunity to snag your show tickets at least a week before the general public, sometimes 2 weeks before. So you're way more likely to get tickets to shows that sell out quickly. And we have a lot of those shows on the season. Plus, you're saving up to 40% on ticket prices over just buying them show by show by show. So definitely do that if you haven't already. You can get those season tickets all the way up until December 31st, but the earlier the better, and it helps the theater. So consider that if you haven't already. Okay, let's go to our volunteer of the week. Okay, congratulations are in order for our volunteer of the week, Nels Bjork. Nels helped 2 days in a row for the Drowning Girls, helped with waitress work call last week, and even helped with concessions for the candlelight concerts. You can always count on Nels to come through when you need him, and we are so, so grateful. I'm having a big time with him in waitress rehearsals too. So congratulations, Nels. If you know Nels, shoot him a text. Let him know that he's our volunteer of the week. If not, I will bombard him at rehearsal and let him know that he is our volunteer of the week. So grateful for you, Nels. Okay, let's go to some breaking Broadway news. All right, very, very exciting. Disney on Broadway will bring Pasek and Paul's Greatest Showman to the stage and the London version of Frozen to Disney Plus in 2025. Very, very exciting. And as many of you probably know, Jeremy Jordan has a long history with The Greatest Showman, having been part of early development of the movie until Zac Efron swooped in and took the role he was hoping for. So, will he be a part of the stage adaptation? I don't know, but I sure do hope so because we love him around here. Okay, here is your exclusive first look at In the Heights, happening at the Muni, running now through August 15th. Such a fantastic show. These pictures are so fantastic. I really hope we're able to do this show at ALT sometime. Just unbelievable. I know Jason really hopes to be able to do this show at some point too. It would be so great if we could. Oh my gosh. Absolutely amazing. Okay, now before I bring on my special guests, I want to tell you a little bit about the plot of The Drowning Girls for a little context. And while I tell you about the plot, I'm going to show you some fabulous photos of our cast on stage, if you haven't already seen them on our social media. Okay, at the turn of the 20th century, Bessie, Alice, and Margaret have two things in common. They are married to George Joseph Smith, and they are dead. Surfacing from the bathtubs they were drowned in, the three breathless brides gather evidence against their womanizing, murderous husband by reliving the shocking events leading up to their deaths, reflecting on the misconceptions of love, married life, and the not so happily ever after. The Drowning Girls is full of rich images, a myriad of characters, a quirky sense of humor, and lyrical language that audiences will find both compelling and breathtaking. The Drowning Girls brings true crime to the stage, where the playwrights have beautifully balanced the dark content of the story with a strong sense of humor. This show is a perfect production for the adventure space and is one not to be missed. And you're about to find out why. Please welcome my special guests, Gemma Harris and Zoe Parrish. Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited to talk to you guys about this show. Can you tell me who you each play in the show and a little bit about them?
I play Alice Burnham. She is the second and youngest wife of George Joseph Smith, and she was drowned.
Same.
Spoiler alert.
I play Margaret Elizabeth Lofty. She's the oldest, 38 years, which was very unheard of back then, of course, right? To not be married. And she falls in love with John Lloyd, who is George Joseph Smith, who also dies.
Okay. Okay, so what about this show piqued your interest to audition?
So I was actually at work call for Lightning Thief, and I was talking to Noah, the technical director, and all I heard was, yeah, we have about a 2-week turnaround to get this set up and running, and there's got to be running water and bathtubs, and that's all I heard. And I was like, I must read the script. So I read the script. I fell in love with it, and I was like, I have to audition. I'm obsessed with this. The way that the script is written and the lyrical language, and it's unlike anything I've ever been a part of. Yeah.
It only took Jason saying, pay attention to the lineup for this season. Remote, right? And I just happened to be here and showed up to audition. And the reason behind it is because it was my shift professionally to go towards more contemporary work, towards work with a message. This story is so real and so raw. And because it's based on true events, it's a message that still demands to be heard. It's timeless. It's timeless. And water.
Right.
Count me.
I'm so glad you said that, Gemma, because I want to get right into why this show, which takes place at the turn of the 20th century, is still relevant to our present time in 2024. So unfortunately, women now are just as susceptible to physical, psychological, and financial abuse as they were over 100 years ago, whether it's societal pressures to get married young, and sometimes in situations that aren't ideal for the woman, or a myriad of other reasons. why she can get trapped in an unhealthy situation. Why is it important to continue telling stories like this one, furthering the conversation surrounding women's issues?
Sure. Well, I mean, just echoing everything that you said, you can meet people and never know what their intentions are. We can be curated in a sense to believe what we are supposed to have in our life, what makes happiness for you, get married and have the family and have the children, and do it rapidly. And you may not even know who that person is. The key characteristics of this particular character, and we've all had moments through rehearsals of identifying people in our lives who have been the gaslighters, who have been the emotional abusers. And that can come in ways where it's partnership, it is work, it is family. And it's kind of the telling of those unsung components in people's lives. And women are finally getting this opportunity to have a voice and say, wait a second, no, I'm not going to tolerate this. And it speaks to me on so many different levels. I mean, there's so many layers to this. It took this kind of teamwork. It took having the strength of this all-female cast and our two beautiful female, directors to remind us of the prevalence of these actions still occurring today. It's not just, it didn't just stop. And it's raw and real. That's what I think people should expect, is a bit of the unexpected, and maybe feel things that, whoa, didn't quite know I would feel that way about this.
Right.
For sure. I want to talk too about the technical elements of this show, which are numerous and intricate. Obviously, the three of you are, I'm assuming, because I have not seen it, I will not see it until tomorrow. The three of you are drenched throughout the show, I'm assuming.
Yes.
You talk to me about the technical elements of the show and how you've had to act your way through them.
Absolutely. Well, we started off in one of the classroom spaces in these huge containers, and mimicking bathtubs. Yes.
Okay.
And so we had to adapt and figure out all of that. And so it was almost like we memorized like one version of the show in that kind of makeshift way. And then once we moved into the space in the bathtubs, it was like, it was just reworking a whole other world that we hadn't even really touched on. And then adding the water was just another, we've had like 3 different versions of the show, I feel like, regarding memorization and regarding blocking and everything. Like every element we've added has just really, it's crazy. I don't even know I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
It's another way to ground yourself back into the story. And it's not just our individual stories, we're helping share the stories of the other women. So yes, each component has been an opportunity, I guess we could say, to get back to, let's connect this, but also the use of the sounds, the lights. When the water comes into play, it all serves a purpose.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I really want the audience to, because I don't think they would otherwise, if you are watching Thursdays at 3 today and you go and see the show, consider for a moment before the show starts or as it's going, don't take yourself out of the story, of course, but consider for a moment the fact that these women are up here telling this beautiful story while being drenched in water. Like, you think about the fact that you're having to hope that you don't slip and fall, and think about sometimes being cold. I was just talking to Joe about heating up the water, and you guys have been absolutely freezing with the water being so cold. And I can only imagine trying to get out lines that I've memorized while being so cold, and how that could take you out of the story. And I love what you said, Gemma, about sort of regrounding yourself in the story and remembering how important that is, even through no matter what's going on, especially because this is based on true events. The thought that these women probably could have never dreamed that in 2024, there would be 3 actresses on a stage telling the story of what happened to them to an audience full of 180 people. It's unbelievable to me to think about that. But I can't wait to see how you guys handle, obviously, the depth of the script and the lines you have to memorize, but also dealing with the technical elements of the show too. I'm so looking forward to seeing your work in all of those areas. I'm so excited about that. Okay, so I personally love working with small casts at the Adventure Space. It is one of my favorite things to do at ALT. This is a cast of 3. Have you enjoyed the process, and what has it been like working with Joe and Carla? Joe obviously being the director and Carla being AD. How has that been for you guys?
Well, Joe was my very first acting teacher ever when I was 12. So this
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's been like the best full circle like opportunity to do this. And I love Carla, of course. But I've never been a part of a cast this small. I've only done one show here at the Adventure Space, and that was like a cast of like 20 or 30. And so this has been such an incredible experience and has been just a blast, especially getting so close with these beautiful women that I've been working with and sharing the stage with. I can't wait for audiences to see them shine. Like I'm thrilled.
Same. It's wild to like the last time I did a show this small was here. It was God of Carnage, and it was 4 of us, and very similar. We were on stage the whole time, one act. Can't run backstage. That's what Joe says, like the panic of, I get to run backstage and I get to just check everything real quick before I have to go back on. And there's none of that here.
Yes.
Working with Joe, the passion of that, it takes a director of that caliber to bring the show to where we are right now.
Yes.
Her foresight into what this is going to take, bringing on, mental health specialist to work with us and talk with us, bringing our lovely Chip Chandler in as dramaturg to give us the articles, the stories, the documentaries about these women. We're not playing, these make-believe characters. And so we wanted everything. Joe wanted everything. And with the support of Carla, and Carla is just, oh my gosh, she just makes sure we've got what we need. She's so supportive. Her, daily call notes just remind us of this value and how beautiful this team is. So it's a dream. It's a dream, no doubt.
I'm so glad that you guys are getting to work with Joe and get to see in real time that passion that you're talking about. She handles any material that Joe Smith is working with. She handles with such care. And she cares so much about the integrity of the material. And I didn't know. I'm surprised in no way that she brought in mental health professionals to talk to you guys. And that's something else that I want people who come and see shows at ALT to understand, is that this is not just volunteers getting up there and just sort of like memorize my lines. And then it's one of the most beautiful things about ALT is that here are these volunteers from our community coming together and giving a handful of weeks, fully committing to a project down to the teeniest, tiniest details that people might not ever notice, but it matters to the production team. It matters to the actors. And they're not getting paid to do it. It's just for the love of what they're doing. And I love to hear that that's what's going on. Again, not surprised at all. This is how things work at ALT. But it's also so brilliant to me to be able to find volunteers in the community who are willing to give this amount of time and dedication to the work, and not just show up 5 minutes before and memorize some lines and then walk off stage. And to see Joe's passion, but then to see your passion just here talking on Thursdays at 3 about telling these women's stories and bringing up women's issues. It's so exciting to me. And I'm so happy for ALT that we're getting this opportunity to see you guys shine, to see Joe and Carla shine, and for our audiences to experience this level of talent. I am so excited. So you both call multiple locations home, but you were able to be here in Amarillo to be able to do this show. Can you chat to me about why ALT is so important to you?
Oh my gosh. I think
How much time do you have?
I love this place like more than words could ever describe. It's always been such a family, such a community, regardless of the season of my life. And I mean, whenever I'm telling people like about myself, I'm like, okay, so I was in this show at ALT when I did this. And then when I got my driver's license in this show, like that's my timeline of my life is shows at ALT. And I love that so much. And I met people when I was 12 years old who like were in my very first show with me, who I've reconnected with now, like this summer, and are my very closest friends now. Like it's truly unlike anywhere else I've ever been. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always home.
Yeah, it is. That's what it is. It's home. You know, since I was 6, I was a part of this group.
I did not know that, Gemma.
Yeah, just little Gemma dancing backstage with Blue Jean, you know, and you know, Alan's known me. Alan had known me since that age and encouraged me. And I think that was a huge component of going away and doing theater for other production companies in other cities. Everything was different. And while there was a good element of what we were doing, kind of the freeness and the lightness of we are family and we can do this, we can do that. It never was the same as it was here. And when I say I'm so glad to be on my home stage, it's genuine. And things just, you know, while some things are different, the core of it, the culture, the number of people, even just going across the street, and we've been running lines at coffee shops, and it's people that I've known, you know, since high school. And, you know, I was a theater major at AC, and this theater has always supported me in my endeavors, and to continue to be incorporated, even though I'm in a different city right now, would come back over and over again.
I'm so happy to hear that. And it really is true. I think it's a good reminder for current volunteers of ALT and for people who have never volunteered at ALT to understand what a gem and what a unique gift we have in ALT. Like you said, the culture, the family aspect of it, it really is true. This is a place that you volunteer here once and you've got a foundation for whatever it is you go off to do. If you leave Amarillo and go off, you've got a support system that's just sort of built in. It's kind of how this place works. It's one of the most supportive environments in the world. If you haven't auditioned at ALT, please come audition. If you don't want to be on stage, come help us build a set, come help us build a costume, find a prop. We will find a place for you. If you're not an on-stage type of person, we get it. It's fine. But we want as many people in our community to experience ALT as possible. Even if you're not volunteering here, come see shows, grab your season tickets. It's such a gem of a place, and there is so much talent bursting at the seams in Amarillo. And all we want to do is put that talent on stage and have our community benefit from it. Do you guys have any final thoughts on what audiences can expect with this incredibly unique show?
I want to know who's going to sit on the front row.
True. So,
are they going to get soaked?
I want to sit on the front row.
Yeah.
Be prepared for anything, and we're going to have fun.
Yeah.
We're going to have fun.
It's going to be a blast. Yeah. Come make a splash with us.
Come make a splash.
I see what you did there, Zoe. Very, very clever. Okay. If you have not gotten your tickets for the Drowning Girls, it is not too late. Previews begin tonight. Opening night is tomorrow, and it runs all the way through next Sunday, the 25th. Get your tickets. If you haven't already, you can call our box office at 806-355-9991, or you can get your tickets online 24 hours a day at AmarillolittleTheater.org. please don't miss this exciting show. If you can make it to the talk back on Sunday, that's going to be at the Adventure Space where the show is at 2751 Civic Circle. That's going to begin around 4:00 after the show ends. This is a 75-minute show, no intermission. There's no excuse to miss this. It's going to be so fabulous. I cannot wait to see you guys shine on stage. I'm so, so pumped, and it's so wonderful to talk to both of you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day. I know you guys are so busy right now, just to chat with me about this show and get everybody else excited to see it. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
Thanks,
Thanks,
you.
All right, you guys have a great preview tonight. I will see you tomorrow night for opening night. Y'all get your tickets for the Drowning Girls, and we'll see you really soon. Thanks for watching Thursdays at 3, and you guys, thanks again for joining me. I'll talk to you real soon.
Bye.
Bye.